What's up guys, it's Natural here and welcome back to another Football Impact video. After 2 weeks of international football, we're back to normal, back to good old fashioned club football. And yeah, that's great. So yeah, let's see what happened this week in the Premier League. And the Premier League this weekend, Man U, the biggest game of the season, or so I thought, between Manchester United and Liverpool, turned out to be the most boring, bland game I've watched this season. Thank you, Jose Mourinho, for parking a bus against Liverpool. Oh, thank you. So yeah, I'm going to dive through what happened in this match. Liverpool with a better team. They had, I think, around 16 to 18 shots. A couple, I think it was around 8 to 9 on target. The best chance was from Matip, the centre-back, with great save down here, who is the best goalkeeper in the world. Liverpool shoot out a penalty thanks from foul on Coutinho. It was a penalty, the referee doesn't see it. It is a penalty. Man United had one shot on target the whole game from Lukaku, who I actually felt sorry for in this match because he had nothing going up in this game. He had no service, he had no players even going to give him any cross in the box. He had nothing to do, and the fact he got slated, Lukaku, all the pundits were slating him, saying, "Oh, same old Lukaku, doesn't score big games, another waste of a signing." First and foremost, if you don't give the ball into the guy, how the fuck is he going to score? Even Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar, if you don't give him the ball, he's not going to score. So the fact of the matter is, screw you pundits. You blame Mourinho. Nah, the pundits fucking lay into Mourinho. Mourinho, tactically great side, great point for Manchester United. It isn't a great point because Liverpool were vulnerable. Didn't have their best player in Manny playing, and the biggest one was this Liverpool team isn't even a great Liverpool team. Defensively, we keep saying it, are fucking diabolical. They conceded goals against Newcastle, against Watford, against Burnley. They're vulnerable, Liverpool, and you fucking play for a draw. Thanks, Mourinho, you fucking idiot. I'm sorry, but you can sit there and say all you want. You play for a draw. How can you go to Anfield and play for a draw? This game is the biggest game in England. Or so I thought. It's a fucking disgrace. And the fact of the matter is, he came out in his pre-match press conference and said, "Oh, it's Jurgen Klopp's fault. He should have took Ronaldo and Marchand off and put Coutinho there." No, he shouldn't. You should have took, I don't know, bring off Herrera and put on Mata. You go more attacking. If you lose the match, who gives a shit? At least you had to go. Go play for a draw. Tell you right, Liverpool for me is third, won the match. They're a better team. Man United play for a draw. I felt sorry for Lukaku. He needed more service. Rashford should have started the match. I don't know why he didn't. I just don't get why Mourinho, who we all know Mourinho is tactically unbelievable. He's one of the best players in the world. But the fact of the matter is, you don't go to Anfield and play for a draw. That's a disgrace. And I feel sorry for the Man United supporters who even travelled up to Anfield because they watched the worst performance I've ever seen in a big game. I mean, people say Arsenal were bad. Pretty honest, none of them players even playing. None of those Arsenal players even playing for that Arsenal shirt back then. But fuck me, that's a disgrace from Jose Mourinho at this big game. Because Liverpool won, but they were there for the taking, but didn't. So terrible match. The reason why I even said this game would be the first one to be talking about, but terrible game. No. Mourinho got the point. He passed the bus. He got what he wanted from the game. Liverpool, that's 2 points that's 2 draws in a row now. So is that positive or negative? You probably go positive. Boy, they still have 1 and 8 now. So they need to build some confidence. That Liverpool team. They also need to get Manny back in the team, and that defense needs to be solid for them to even have a push for the top 4. I think they're the terrorists now, Liverpool. I think right now their main focus is trying to get in the Champions League for next season. Speaking of another Manchester club, Man City put 7 past Stoke City, and my goodness me, is Kevin De Bruyne a good player. Holy mercy Lord, he was outstanding against this Stoke team. I mean, the football Man City are playing this season is on another level that we've never seen in the Premier League, probably since Newcastle United when they were on the verge of winning the title in '86. Their football at Man City is frighteningly good. Kevin De Bruyne, the balls he's putting into players is like watching it's like playing FIFA with a bunch of players, an ultimate team. It's just unbelievable. It's astonishing. And then they let Sané, you got Gabriel Jesus, and Aguero didn't even play in this game. He was on the bench, your top goal scorer, and they still didn't need him, but he still scored 7 goals. their football in Man City is a delight to watch. Kevin Burns are standing. Cavajuj just scored goals. Bernardo Silva scored. I can list the names of many players scored. I give credit to Stoke City. They got 2 goals in the game thanks to Juve and an own goal from Kyle Walker. But Man City at the minute right now, they're 22 points. I think they're over the goal difference out. They're 22 points. Goal difference line plus 20 something. They right now are the team to beat. This City team. Pep Guardiola now understands this league. The league is not, in terms of finding the big teams, they should win those games against these teams. But in big games like Chelsea, you have to go there and just be resolute and get a win. And they got a 1-0 win against Chelsea before the national break. They went and destroyed the Stoke City team. Who aren't really playing in confidence. Actually, they got a win against Southampton. You think, they may get something from this team. No chance. Man City juggernaut that they are just swept away like under the carpet. Absolutely outstanding, Man City. Great win. Top of the league, Man City. They're absolutely they're just running away with it. Doing our team fight for the title is Chelsea, who lost 2-1 to Crystal Palace. Where the fuck did that result come from? That has to be the most upset of the season. I mean, I thought Crystal Palace scored in this game. I didn't think to fucking win the game. But now people say, well, Chelsea had players in international duty. Palace didn't. Actually, I don't think Palace had any players in international duty. So Roy Hodgson had 2 weeks to prepare his team, for the game. The biggest plus for Crystal Palace, and I think the only chance they have to stay up in this league this season, is Wilfried Zaha. He was back in the team. He was absolutely outstanding. Chelsea couldn't deal with him. David Luiz literally was so frightened of the guy, and he was outstanding. I think if they have any chance to stay up this season, Crystal Palace, is because of Wilfried Zaha. Townsend, you could say as well, but Wilfried Zaha is so vital to that team. He scored some big goals last season, and he scored a big goal this weekend to win the game against the champions Chelsea. Chelsea were poor. That's probably the worst performance I've ever seen from a Chelsea team under Antonio Conte. They had no pace. I look at a Chelsea team who had no pace. How the fuck's that supposed to happen? You got Pedro, William, Bashirari, Bakayoko, who I thought had a decent. He was alright in the game. He only scored a goal, even though bad marking for pass from the corner. But they were awful. They were awful, Chelsea. And this is the champions we're talking about. These guys are all full internationals. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But Chelsea supporters are not happy at the minute. It pretty much sums up Chelsea. If Morata and Kante are injured, they're fucked. Pretty much. So they don't look good for Chelsea at the minute. And now they go in a Champions League game against Roma, who are they're decent, playing a bit of good football at the minute. Roma. So that's not an easy game for them. So we see how much character this Chelsea team's got, but two defeats in a row now, so a little bit of pressure on Antonio Conte's Chelsea team at the minute. The gap's getting bigger between them and Man City, so they're not out of the title race, but this defeat has dented their title ambitions big time. Arsenal and our team got beat as well, not our team got beat as well this weekend against Watford. What a season they're having. Another great win. They were amazing in this game. Arsenal took the lead from Mertesacker. I don't know why cleverly. The smallest man on the pitch is marking the biggest man on the pitch. How the fuck did you manage to get that wrong, Watford, from the set piece? It literally was a clear header from Mertesacker, 1-0. Then Watford brought Sardini on. I changed the whole complexion of this game. He roughed them and tumbled them, bullied them. And Arsenal hate playing with teams who rough and bully them. If Arsenal are playing as a team who out-bully them, they have no chance of winning because they're not good enough in terms of that. You may look like that last season against Crystal Palace. Benteke bullied them, pressured them. They can deal with pace, I feel, Arsenal. They can't deal with physical presence, and Troy Deeney is that. He came on, changed the game. He scored a penalty. Now everybody's saying that Carson dived. Yes, it was a dive. Yes, but give credit to credit's due to Troy Deeney. He stepped up, put it in the net, 1-1. Then I don't know what Peter Cech's doing for the second goal for Watford. They're all over the place defensively. Again, Arsenal cleverly puts it in the back of the net. Decent finish, 2-1. Last minute, great win for Watford. That puts them 4th in the league. Can they be the dark horses for the top 4 this season? Maybe, because that manager, Marco Silva, at this moment in time, is getting my Manager of the Year award. What a city. This year, yeah, damn right, for 2017. He nearly kept Hull City in the Premier League, a Hull City team that had 13 fit players last season. Now, he took a Watford team who are a lot better than Hull. is absolutely outstanding. I think they're going places. I think he's going places, that manager. He can go to a big club, a massive club in the not so distant future. Great win for Watford. Arsenal, same old problems. They're one defeat away from total meltdown. And I said it, man. I said it. Arsenal one defeat away from meltdown, and it's going to be a meltdown at this moment in time. They lost to Watford, and those are the type of games Arsenal should hammer them, but they didn't. Great result for Watford. Arsenal back to the drawing board. Tottenham winning Wembley for the first time in the Premier League after beating Bournemouth 1-0, thanks to Christian Eriksen for the goal. But they shouldn't have won the match. Bournemouth had so many chances to win, to even get a point from the match and deserve a draw. I mean, Defoe had a chance. It wasn't for a great save from Lloris. They would have got a point. But Bournemouth, for me, I look at their team. Joshua King's not scoring goals. Defoe's not scoring goals. They don't have a lot of goals in that team. I mean, I think they're playing so much good football, but they're right now second bottom, only a point off being rock bottom of the league. So they need to get some points up Bournemouth in the next couple of games. They've got winnable games coming up, you could say. So we'll see what they do from now. Eddie Howe, I think, is a decent manager, but maybe not. He's not the type of manager you want in a relegation scrap, probably. As for Tottenham, massive win for them, but it's the same old problem. They have massive problems at Wembley. And Pochettino can cribble the cracks all he wants. He can say, oh, we don't have a problem at Wembley. You freaking do have a problem at Wembley. You've only won one game out of your first 4 games at home. That's not good enough. For a title-winning team, that's not good enough. So the fact of the matter is, you do have a problem at Wembley. You can sit there and say you don't. You freaking do. Good win for Tottenham to get a win. They needed that because the two Manchester clubs were running away with the title at this moment in time. But Tottenham, probably the only team that can catch those two at this time at least. Now we're on to Southampton versus Newcastle. We finished 2-2, which I thought was the game of the weekend. This game was a cracking game. Newcastle played really well in this match. I have to say, if it wasn't for they scored the first goal, which was an unbelievable fucking goal from Hayden. What a finish that was! And then they got the goal. That was 1.5 time. Newcastle should have, so many other chances to score in the first half. Southampton had chances as well from Tally's header. It was probably the only best chance they had in the first half. The second half, Southampton got better in the game. They got Gabaldini in the game. They also got, I thought had a really good game for them. This was Shane Long. He got them in the game. Then the goal from Gabaldini was a great individual effort. 1-1. Then a minute later, from kick-off, Southampton just completely go to sleep. Van Dijk, who everybody was rating as going to be the best centre-back in the world. He can be, but he was all over the place in this game. I mean, Jose Perez was all over him. He's all over him. I mean, Jose Perez put a ball in, and Newcastle could have made a 2-0 if Hostley didn't hit the bar. But they did make a 2-1. Perez made a good run and hit the first time. Fraser Foster had an awful match. Probably the worst game he ever had in his goalkeeping career. Good finish, 2-1 Newcastle. Newcastle could have more chances to win the match, thanks, likes of Rich, he had a chance, and many others. Then a penalty. Newcastle had this game wrapped up. They could have won the match. Wasn't for legitimately. I thought had a really good game in this game for Newcastle. But he was outstanding for us. He done a sloppy penalty. Just give away a sloppy penalty. Really, it is a penalty. Shane Long did well. We can just try and con the defender, but Gabaldini stepped up, and what a penalty. He flipped that in the net. I mean, the goalkeeper in the world would have saved that. 2-2. But Newcastle had a chance at the end from Lejeune to redeem himself off the line from Stephen Davis. That's why you put a man on the post, because if Stephen Davis wasn't on that post, Newcastle would have won the match 3-2. And you could say that's 2 points drop for Newcastle, but a point gain, because we have a horrific record of playing St Mary's. We haven't won there since 2004, which is way over 10 years ago now. So we have a bad. I'd take a point from the start of this match, but I think that's 2 points dropped for Newcastle. That's a point gain for Southampton. It's a massive point for them to get some confidence in the team, because they have a bad record this season in terms of scoring goals. I think when we scored before this game 3 goals in their home matches, which is not good enough for Southampton. You expect more of Southampton because they got okay players, not apart from Van Dijk, maybe Gabaldini. They don't have a lot of goals in that team, and don't have a lot of world-class players, but a decent little team. I think they'll be okay this season. I think mid-table is where I think these two teams are at the minute. Actually, probably mid-table is where I think these two teams will finish this season. But good point on the way for both teams. And the last game is Everton versus Brighton. This game was awful. I mean, Everton, you spent 150 million on your squad. How the hell can you not beat Brighton? And don't get me wrong, Brighton played really well in this game and deserved at least a draw. But for goodness sake, Everton have massive problems this season. They've got no pace in that team. Creativity they do, but they don't want to play. They look awful. They look like a bunch of players who just molded in and they don't know what to do. They went from 3 at the back to 4 at the back. Actually made it worse. I don't know how you go worse from 3 to 4 at the back. Snarling was awful. Idrissa Danny Gate didn't have a good game. Rooney looked out of his skin. And Sigurdsson looks like, where the hell am I playing? Am I playing wing? Am I playing number 10? Am I playing up front? They look all confused at Everton. But give credit to Brighton. I'm very happy for Knockaert scoring his first goal in the Premier League. You know, he was at Leicester. Leicester obviously didn't rate him in the Premier League, which is probably a little bit harsh on the guy. And then the penalty, which was a blatant penalty. Bruno for me should have got sent off for literally doing that. Lauren really stepped up, made it 1-1. I think that's a point gain for, like I said, that's a point gain for Everton. I think that's a massive point for Everton. They may even kept Ronald Koeman, see Ronald Koeman's job, even though the Everton supporters think, no, sack him now. As for Brighton, that's 2 points drop for me. They needed to win that game. In your home form, if Brighton ever want to stay in this Premier League, which maybe they will, it's their home form that's going to keep them in the Premier League. Just like Brighton last season, their home form is going to be massive to stay in the Premier League this season, Brighton. As for Everton, if Ronald Koeman, if Everton are in the bottom 3 come Christmas, well, maybe not Christmas, probably 2 weeks before Christmas, he's out of a job. That's what I'm going to say now. Okay guys, let's look at the Premier League table. Where Manchester City top the league, then it's Man United, Tottenham, Watford move up to 4th, Chelsea 5th, Arsenal 6th, Burnley, Liverpool, Newcastle stay 9th, Southampton 10th, and at the bottom is West Brom, Huddersfield, who again lose again. I mean, they really are in a little bit of bad form. Swansea who beat Huddersfield for a good win. Brighton, West Ham, Everton, Stoke, Leicester who play on Monday night against West Brom, Bournemouth and Crystal Palace finally get their first win in the Premier League this season. Now guys, move on to the Bundesliga. And the Bundesliga this weekend, it was the biggest game in the Bundesliga was between 2nd versus 3rd in RB Leipzig versus 1st versus 3rd, pretty much in RB Leipzig versus Dortmund. Massive win for Leipzig. You know, give credit to Leipzig. The 2 best players in Tilo Werner and Forsberg, they're probably the 2 best players in the team. Weren't even starting, and they didn't even need them because Otterstein, who was outstanding in this game, from the guy they signed for PSG, and Bruma, who the fullback was man of the match, he was outstanding as well. And for me, Dortmund took the league from Aubameyang. Who else? The man, him and Lewandowski are fighting up who's going to get the top goal scorer in the Bundesliga. Then I don't know what Dortmund were doing for the goal they conceded. It was all over the place. Good finish from one of the Leipzig players. Then I think RB Leipzig scored again. I think it was, wasn't it? Leipzig scored again. Again at the end, Dortmund defensively are all over the place. A good finish. Then Dortmund got a penalty. Aubameyang puts it in the net. But again, I mean, they're all over the place. Dortmund. I mean, give credit to Leipzig. They were really good in this game. Showed what they've got this season, and maybe they are title contenders Leipzig this year. I mean, for me, they just beat Dortmund in Dortmund. That's the first defeat Dortmund have had at their stadium in 2 years. The last team to do that was Bayern, and Bayern went on to win the league that year. So Leipzig, and people want to say, oh, they're not title contenders. Yeah, I'm right, they're title contenders. They just beat that team who are outstandingly this season. So we got sort of maybe 3 or 4 team race for the title race this year in the Bundesliga. Massive defeat for Dortmund. Leipzig played really well, deserved their win. Bayern Munich, new manager, old manager, you could say. And Henkes came back, the man who won the treble for them before he was replaced by Pep Guardiola. Thrashed Freiburg 5-0. And there's a massive win. And there's one player that impressed me in this game was Thomas Müller. He was back in the team. He looked like the Thomas Müller of old. And looks like Henkes, who I think is like one of those managers who gets the best out of players. And Thomas Müller is outstanding. He's got something to this team since he's been there. So Lewandowski's on the score sheet as well, and many others are on the score sheet. So they destroyed Freiburg. Freiburg, just played Bayern Munich at the worst time. The manager gave them a bit of a boost. The fans were happy with bringing back a man who won the treble. So good win for Bayern Munich. The gap now is 2 points. Everybody thought Bayern Munich are the title race. Now Leipzig's win against Dortmund has blew the title race wide open in the Bundesliga. So yeah, good win for Bayern Munich to get back to winning ways. Another team fighting for the league this year is Hoffenheim. They drew against Augsburg 2-2, but Hoffenheim will be kicking themselves for the 2 goals they conceded. It's sloppy defending, sloppy goalkeeping, I should say. And they give credit to Hoffenheim. They give credit to Augsburg to get back in the game, even though they're leading the match, even though they were 1-0 down, 2-1 down. They got back and got 2-2. But Hoffenheim were kicking themselves because they had so many chances to win the game. Hoffenheim. I thought Kramnik, he was man of the match from this game. I don't know how he didn't get a goal, but anyway. So a good point for Augsburg, 2 points dropped for Hoffenheim. Schalke, who were fighting with Hoffenheim, probably for the Champions League places this year, get a 2-0 win against Hertha Berlin, who are now losing. I think they haven't won a match in some time now. The last point they got in the Bundesliga was against Bayern Munich, of course, so no surprise there. But good win for Schalke. Gorch, he's really impressing me so much. Every time I watch him, I know he scored a penalty in this game, but every single time I watch him, he's got something. He's got something to his nature. He looks like a really. I understand why so many clubs look at him in like Germany and other leagues. He's got something, and I think he's going. If he keeps developing for Schalke, if he has a great season this year, I think and also a good World Cup for Germany. He's going to the very top in terms of clubs looking for him. But it's a good way for Schalke to get closer to the teams fighting for the Champions League this year. Leverkusen drew 2-2 against Wolfsburg, 2 teams who look pretty much average at best. Origi scored in this game. I think that's his first goal for Wolfsburg. Leverkusen were leading this game thanks to Benner's goal. Then, it's same old Leverkusen. And they scored, they conceded. Leverkusen then scored again. Wolfsburg also scored again. So both teams look like mid-table is where they were finished this year. I think Leverkusen are nowhere even close to fighting for European spots. Wolfsburg, as well, don't know. You think like Kevin De Bruyne and Dzeko were in that team. Amazing to say they were fighting second that year. So both teams are just going through a bit of a transitional period at the minute, but they'll be fine. They're not going to fight for relegation. They'll be safe from fighting for relegation. And the last game is Mainz get a massive win against Hamburg, 3-2. What a game this was! Had everything. Some cracking goals in this game, but great win for Mainz. It puts them in the top 10. Hamburg haven't won a game since the second game of the season, and looked like a team that I said that clock may be ticking for many minutes you stayed in the league, but that's going to change because you guys are going down this year. In my opinion, you're not good enough. So guys, let's look at the Bundesliga table where Dortmund top the league. Even though they're defeat, they're still top. Bayern with their win goes second. Leipzig stays second. Leipzig are third. Hoffenheim fourth. Gladbach, massive win for them, we're up to fifth. Schalke was winning sixth. Frankfurt won as well, they're seventh. Augsburg 8th, Hanover, we'll start above the team now, but you expect Hanover to drop there and they don't have the squad, but they've had a great start of the season, 9th, and Mainz going up the top 10. The bottom, Stuttgart, with their win up to 11th, Leverkusen 12th, Hertha 13th, Wolfsburg 14th, Hamburg 15th, Freiburg 16th, and Werder Bremen and Cologne are only 2 teams in Bundesliga to not win a game. Not looking good for those 2 teams. They look doomed at this moment in time. So guys, we're on to La Liga. And La Liga this weekend, the biggest game in La Liga was between Atletico Madrid and Barcelona. It was an alright match. It was actually way better than that Liverpool fucking Manchester United match. But it finished a draw, it finished 1-1. Saul scores an absolute blinder of a goal. What a finish he scored. And then, I think around 80th minute, just nearly close to the game being over, Messi was outstanding. He got Argentina into the World Cup thanks to his hat-trick against Ecuador. He single-handedly got a point for Barcelona. He put an unbelievable ball into Suarez. Suarez scores 1-1, and then he had a free kick at the end. Messi hit the bar, hit the post. So I think that's a good point for Barcelona. I think that's also a good point for Atletico Madrid. I think both teams, it deserved to be a draw. Atletico Madrid didn't do enough for me to win the match, but a good point nonetheless for Barcelona and for Atletico Madrid. Barcelona still unbeaten in La Liga. Atletico Madrid, they're still trying to at least get used to the new stadium, which I think is going to take them some time. go from the Sandy Calderon to this brand new stadium. It's going to take some time for Real Madrid, but I expect them to at least finish third, maybe fourth this season. Real Madrid beat Getafe 2-1 thanks to Cristiano Ronaldo scoring the winner. In this game, he comes back, and typical Ronaldo, he thinks, nah, it was me. It was all me. I scored the goal. I made the goal. I'm winning this team. So fuck everybody else. He makes that everybody. He's just arrogant footballer, but he's the best player in the world. That's the reason why. But you credit to Getafe, and they played really well in this match. I mean, Benzema scored the first goal. Decent finish. Would have to go back in the game thanks to, you could say, bad defending from Real Madrid's behalf. But great finish as well from the player. Real Madrid on our end, I think it ran the same minute when Suarez scored for Barcelona to get their draw. Ronaldo scores 2-1, puts them third in the league, and they have a problem at home this season. Real Madrid, their home form's been iffy. Their form's been really good. The home form's been a little bit iffy this season, so they need to get their home form good to fight for Barcelona for that title this year. For them to regain the La Liga title. Atletico Bilbao beat Sevilla 1-0 thanks to Adarif, who's been outstandingly really good this season. I mean, he's still got it. I think he's 35, 36 years old, and he's the Defoe of La Liga. The freaking goals he scored this season is ridiculous. So he gets a goal, 1-0 win. Sevilla has to, again, listen, Sevilla have a horrific record in terms of after international breaks, they can't win matches. I don't know what it is. This struggle playing international matches after playing an international break after. I don't know what it is, just don't play well or something like that. But good win for Atletico Bilbao, puts them in the top half. Sevilla moved down, I think, to 5th or 4th in the league. The game of the weekend in La Liga has to be Sevilla versus Real Betis. This game had 9 goals, and Valencia were 4-0 up in this match. And then Real Betis with Darren scored 3 goals. You thought, okay, Real Betis may get a point here. Now they go up there and Valencia and scored 2 goals. Thanks to Zaza, if anything, scored a hat. May have scored a hat trick in this game, maybe not. I forget. There's that many goals in this match. I forget who even scored the goals. But it was a cracking match. Valencia, they're second in the league. Their best start to La Liga since Rafa Benitez won the league for them in 2004. And then maybe they're outsiders to win the league this year. They've got a decent little team. Zaza. Where is he for West Ham? I mean, he's now up there with Messi in terms of fighting for the Bichichi and goal score. It's unbelievable to say the least. So maybe some players just sit some teams, some leagues. But a good start for Valencia. It's great to see a big club like them fighting at the top again. It's great. Cities. Maybe Gary Neville wasn't the right man for Valencia back then. Villarreal get a 2-1 win against Granola thanks to Bar Akumu, I think his name is. He scored 2 goals in this game, and he looks like another prospect coming out of La Liga in terms of goals he's scoring. I think he's another player fighting for the golden boot in La Liga this year. So good win for them, puts them comfortably in top half. Granola, well, this is where they're going to struggle this season. If you want to stay, I've always thought with all the promoted clubs in all leagues, if you're going to stay in likes of La Liga, Bundesliga, Premier League, Serie A, you have to make your home ground a fortress. And Granola, for me, maybe go down this year, but if they make the home ground a fortress, they can definitely stay in the league. So guys, let's look at the La Liga table. We're Barcelona on top of it, then it's Valencia, what season they're having so far. Real Madrid are third, then it's Atletico Madrid, Villarreal, Leganés for sixth, then it's Real Sociedad, then it's Villarreal, Real Betis, Atletico Bilbao, and at the bottom it is Levante, Espanyol, Celta Vigo, who played tonight in their game against Las Palmas. Then it's Getafe, Deportivo La Coruña, Eibar, Granola, Las Palmas, Alves, and Malaga are the only team in La Liga to not have a win, even though they lost this weekend, so it doesn't look good for them. So guys, we're on to Serie A. And Serie A, we have some cracking games this weekend. There's some really good games all around Europe this weekend. Roma versus Napoli, a massive game. 2 teams fighting for the Scudetto this year. But Napoli look like for real champions. They look like a future champions for me. I tipped them to win the league this year because they got something to the team. I think Juventus, the wheels looks like they come off the team at the minute. But come on, Juventus at the minute. Good win for Napoli. And Insigne looks like the common vote of him. He looks like the man of this team. He looks like this is my team. I'm going to take this team forward to win us the first Scudetto for many years. But good finish. You could say bad defending for Roma. It was bad defending. De Rossi, for me, I don't know what he's doing. Puts it into Insigne. Insigne just perfectly, majestically puts it in the net. 1-0 win. They had other chances to win this game too. Mertens had a big chance. I think around an hour of the match he should have scored. And they had many other chances to win the game as well. Roma were not at it in this game. Dzeko didn't have a great game. I thought Nangolan looked maybe a little bit exhausted because he wasn't international duty. He didn't really look up for it, I would say. But Napoli, again, they've got so much quality, this team. And I feel like they play Man City on Tuesday. That game's going to be an absolute stunker of a match. That game's going to be amazing to watch. But Napoli are like the real deal in Serie A this year. Massive win against your title rivals in the Scudetto race. And speaking of title rivals, our Lazio, a title rival, they beat Juventus the first time in many years at Juventus. What a win they had. I mean, Immobile. Is there anybody in European football that's more in form than him? Maybe a caddy probably, but freaking hell, what a player he's been this season for Lazio. The goals he's come up with, he got a hat-trick against AC Milan. He scored 2 goals in this game thanks to a goal and a penalty. I know Douglas Costa scored the first goal for Juventus and a missed penalty from Dybala, but Lazio deserved the win. I thought they were outstanding. Juventus didn't have anything apart from maybe the flukiest goal you ever see from the goalkeeper hitting off Hing, hit the bar and maybe going in. But they didn't look like winning the game for me, Juventus. They didn't have enough. I didn't want to say that from the Juventus team. Lazio deserved the win. They were outstanding. Immobile for me, right now, there's going to be a big close look on him because he's got something this year. Maybe it just suits Italian football, but his goals to ratio this year has been unbelievable. Great win for Lazio, puts them, I think, still 4th, but they're only goal difference off Juventus. What a season they're having. Amazing start to the season now. Juventus, is this the year we finally see the end of the Juventus domination? Maybe. Another big game in Italy this weekend was the Milan derby between Inter Milan and AC Milan, and it was the Icardi show. Wow, what a player he was today in this game. He scored a hat-trick, the first Inter player to score a hat-trick since Diego Milito in 2012. What a player he's going to be for Inter this year. If Inter Milan are going to, I think Inter Milan will probably finish Champions League, but if they're going to at least fight for the league, they have to keep that man fit, and he has to keep scoring goals, because they're the only reason why they're going to win the league. He's the only reason why they have a chance of winning the league this year, because he's got so much quality. I think he's world class. You're talking about world class strikers. You're talking about Lewandowski, Aubameyang, Suarez, Aguero. You're putting him in that list too. He's been outstandingly good for them this year, and he's only had 3 shots in the whole game, and 3 goals. That's clinical finishing, and that's why so many big clubs will be looking at him, paying the big bucks for him in the summer. Hopefully he stays. I hope he does stay at Inter Milan, because he's been a really good servant for them. He's now the captain of that team now, so he was outstanding. As for AC Milan, that game may have cost. I don't know the guy's name. I don't know who's the manager of AC Milan. He's a young AC Milan manager, but he may be out of the job now. There's a lot of speculation that Conor Ancelotti could be back as AC Milan manager. There's also speculation that Antonio Conte could be manager there. But something is not happening. They're 10th in the league. If people want them to fight for the Scudetto, they're way off it at this moment in time. I think they even get Champions League football. I think that's an achievement. But AC Milan maybe need a new manager just to get some momentum going. Maybe, but they spent a lot of money on that squad, so maybe just take some time. But great win for Inter Milan, puts them 2nd in the league. Best start they've had since they won the league in 2010. Can it be the year Inter win the first Scudetto for many years? I think 7 years. Hope it is. Sampdoria beat Atalanta 3-1. They were 1-0 down in this game and come back and score 3 cracking goals to win. Good win for them. Puts them some momentum and puts them at 6th. Only a couple points behind the Champions League places. Good start for them. And they also have a game in hand. Fiorentina beat Udinese 2-1 thanks to the new signing scoring 2 goals to win the match. He looks a decent enough prospect. Yeah, they signed from Udinese. He scores 2 goals against Udinese. Amazing, isn't it? And last game, Crotone against Torino. Crotone should have won the match. They had chances to win the match, but Torino got a point at last, just at the end. A good point, but again, Torino needs a table. If you want to be fighting for the Europa League spot this year, you have to beat these type of teams. But get back to Crotone, good point for them, and puts them comfortably in the table. So guys, look at the Serie A table where Napoli top it on 24 points, still haven't dropped point yet. They have 100% record, they've won all the games. Then it's Inter on second, then it's Juventus who are third. Then it's Lazio who are fourth. Then it's Roma who are fifth, Sampdoria who are sixth, then Bologna, Torino, Chievo, and AC Milan are in the top 10. In the bottom is Fiorentina, Atalanta, Cagliari, Udinese, Crotone, Genoa, Sampdoria, Splat, Verona, and Benevento play tonight. Massive game between those two teams fighting for the relegation. Who's going to be, after that match, who's going to be rock bottom of the league? Benevento haven't got a point yet, and Verona haven't won a game yet. It's going to be a really interesting battle tonight. So guys, now we move on to League Earn. And League Earn this weekend, the biggest game in League Earn this weekend was between Lyon and Monaco. Massive win for Lyon. It didn't have Farcal, their best player, and you saw they did struggle. But give credit to Lyon, they took the lead in this game. Really good finish from the Real Madrid guy who they signed from MOURINHO. MOURINHO's name is. Then they go to our end, Lopez, the guy who didn't really get a chance in Manchester City, but he's now playing for Monaco. Scores 1-1. Then Lyon go to the other end to score, made it 2-1. Then Monaco made it 2-2. And then, just at the end, Fekir scores an absolute world-class free kick. Puts it in 3-2. He was outstanding in this game, Fekir. And he looks like the talisman of this team. I'm scoring the goals. I'm the captain. I'm the guy. I'm the leader of this team. He's been outstanding. I think ever since Lacazette's been sold, Fekir has been, I think, under Lacazette's shadow. You know, when Lacazette plays, Fekir doesn't really play well. But now, he's loose. He's got the shackles off. He can go and express himself. And I think he's been outstanding this season for them. I think he is the outstanding player this year. I know Moreno's done well for them. For the guy they signed from Real Madrid, putting goals in. But Fekir's got so much ability, so much talent. And I'm really happy for the guy. He's had bad injury problems back in the past, but he looks fully fit, he looks fully focused, fully confident, fully in form, and good morale around Lyon at the minute. You know, it's a good win for them against a title rival in Monaco. Puts them up the league. Still a couple of points behind them, but massive win for Lyon to get back into the Champions League fighting positions. Monaco has a massive dent in their title ambitions. That gap between them and PSG is getting bigger. And speaking of PSG, they got a 2-1 win against Dijon. No Cavani in this game, but they played Mbappe up front. Mbappe didn't have a great game. I don't think Mbappe, he did struggle in this game, but maybe because he was playing in internationals. Neymar didn't have the best game either, but I think credit to them, to one of the players. I think the fullback for them scored 2 goals in this game. I'm not going to pronounce the guy's name because I'll probably butcher it. But give credit to them from the Belgian fullback, scored 2 goals in this game. He's actually come up with some big goals for PSG this season. Dijon played well in this game and I think deserve a point. But you're playing against probably champion-elect in PSG. You have to, every minute in that game, you have to just graft and fight. You didn't do enough Dijon to get a point, but that's a massive win for PSG. If they come back to the end of the season and they win the league by 2 or 3 points, this game would be the biggest. This game would have been the game that won the league. Massive win for PSG, puts them a bit more clear between them and Monaco. Then we move on to Strasbourg versus Marseille. What a crack game this was. Strasbourg were so close to winning it. They were so close to getting their first win in Ligue 1 and they blew it. Thanks to Cross Matroglu, who comes up for a goal. You fell for Strasbourg. You wanted them to at least get a win, the first win of the season, boost confidence, morale. That's a decent point for them. I've even got a point against Marseille. I think that's a really good point. Marseille, there's something I read at Marseille. I don't know what it is. Just Payet looks, I know he scored this game, but he looks out of his depth. He's arguing with Turban. Turban's arguing with Payet. Something's not right at Marseille. It just doesn't feel, the vibe doesn't feel right. And there's no speculation that Luis Garcia is under massive pressure at Marseille. I think he is. I think he's under a bit of pressure and Marseille manager, because this team, he's building a team, but he's not responding. I mean, Moses Matoglu, no respect to the guy, he's not one of the best strikers in the world. I mean, you score a goal, they all go over there and then, but just like he did in this game. But something right at Marseille, something doesn't feel right. But a good point for Strasbourg. 2 points dropped again from Marseille in their race to get those Champions League places. Bordeaux drew against the Nats, and there's one player I want to talk about. It is Malcolm. Now everybody has been rating up this guy. This guy, everybody says, is going to be the next. He's the next player that's going to rip this league apart. He's going to be the next guy coming out of Bordeaux. He's the next guy coming out of Ligue 1. I watched him in this game. He's got something. I thought the first half didn't have a great game. Didn't have a great first half. But the second half, he showed why people are rating him. Why Bordeaux rate him so much. The goal he scored was phenomenal. He's got some trickery. He's got some skills. He's got something to the game. I always feel like if he has a bad game, Bordeaux don't win. But if he has a good game, Bordeaux make it something. So right now he is so vital to that team for Bordeaux, and that's one reason why Bordeaux have a great start to the season. So I feel like for Malcolm, if he tears this league up, if he scores over 20 goals a season, if he's got like 20 to 25 goals this season and gets 15 assists, he's going places. I still think he's got somewhere to go. I know it's the second season in Ligue 1, so he's getting better, but I just feel like if you are top drawer player, which he's got some potential to be, he's still got some ways. He's a good player, but I don't think he's top drawer, but he's getting there. He has to score over 20 goals a season. If he does that, oh yeah, he's going to be the very top, because Eden Hazard did that for Lille. You got many other players from Ligue 1. If he wants to be up there with Eden Hazard, which I think Bordeaux obviously feel like, he's got some way to go, but he has definitely potential of being there. He looks like a good player. Good point against Claudio Ranieri's Nats. And the last game is Saint-Étienne versus Metz. Metz again, blew it again. They're winning this game 1-0. Same old problem for Metz. Can't see too many goals. And yeah, good win for Saint-Étienne. Puts them third in the league on goal difference ahead of Nats and I think Marseille. So good win for Saint-Étienne. So guys, let's look at Ligue 1 table, where PSG top it on 25 points. They are absolutely steamrolling this league at this moment in time. Monaco are second after their defeat, stay second. Saint-Étienne up to third, Marseille dropped to fourth, Nantes dropped to fifth, Lyon up to sixth, Bordeaux with their point are seventh, then it's Cannes, Guingamp and Auxerre in the bottom. Montpellier are 12th, Montpellier are 11th, 12 are 12th, Toulouse are 13th, then it's Nice, Rennes, Lille, Armens, Strasbourg, Dijon, and rock bottom Metz. That is the Ligue 1 table, first 9 matches. So guys, that's the end of the football impact for this episode. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Enjoy your day, enjoy your fucking life. Please like, subscribe, the Natural is out.